I made a date with my 19-year-old self after 15 years of trying, since neither of us can commit. She has social anxiety but doesn't know it, and I never know how I'll feel each day I live. She doesn't get it because she doesn't know how it feels to lose her health, yet. We met at the rock climbing gym, since that's one thing we still hold in common. She was 15 minutes early and I was 5 minutes late. She always hated tardiness. That was because she feared it, though she would never admit it. She was always afraid of doing something wrong, and being the one everyone waited on was nothing short of delinquency. She looked at me astonished, as if I had fallen like Solomon of old, lowered from the ranks of the uncommon to a commoner, a trace of what made her special, even righteous, suddenly lost, as she imagined her long golden locks abruptly cut off. I wish she realized that what she kept holding on to was only holding her back. Her grades, her body's weight, her superiors' accolades, all to prove her worth. I'd love to tell her that's what the issue is, but it wouldn't be worth it. She'll listen, but she won't understand. The problem isn't trying her hardest, but attaching it to her worth and never accepting the indulgence to take a breath of grace. Obviously, that lesson will have to wait, but I swallow a large pill of looming anguish at the thought of what she'll go through to learn it. If only there was some other way, but I cannot see it. I guess hindsight isn't actually 20/20 in some ways. I watched her timidly try a few routes on the bouldering wall. I watched the entire time since my health was too frail to try much at all. 6 hours, after her hands were full of torn, bleeding blisters. Finally, she was ready to stop. So we took some time to talk. I noticed she wouldn't look me in the eye. I think she's in denial of what I've become. I admit, the main reason I had come was to warn her of what laid wait for her if she didn't change. But I felt the restraint in my voice as I realized there was no point. Not even I could convince her of the pressures that laid wait to press her thin, with the choice to change or die. That's another thing that hasn't changed over all this time, the desire to leave this life. I can't tell her that either though, or I'm afraid she might actually do it. That's when I realized we still have a lot in common. We're both still numb, both still hungover, even though neither of us drink. Both still anxious, both still fighting hopelessness. Both still afraid of commitment, judgment of doing wrong. The only difference is I'm a little less ignorant, and that's when I realize our differences are so limited that 7 hours later, neither of us have said a single word. This only serves as the evidence I was trying so hard to avoid. I guess even 15 years couldn't teach me how to nurture myself, and even silence talks. The emptiness behind her eyes is a sign only time can see, and the mirrors that guide her sight reflect eyes of the same hollow build. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. I came here to warn her of what lays wait if she didn't change. But in one long silent exchange, I found hard truths I wasn't looking for, that left me a little drunk on fear, a feeling I'm familiar with. And maybe, if we can both learn how to sober up, we'll find what we're looking for.